everyone, welcome to the Movie Section Show. My name is Fariba, and today I believe we're getting closer to the end of season 3. I believe tonight's episode is episode 6, which means we only have a couple episodes left. I think about 2 after tonight, and then after that we go into one final hiatus, and then we're gonna get the final season. So if you aren't aware, this is a 4-season series that we're about to get with House of the Dragon. So far, things look really solid right now. Of course, the last 2 episodes have been a little bit more of a development kind of episode. Like, it seems so that it's leading up into this upcoming battle, which I've been hearing about lately, which is called the Battle of Tumbleton. We know there's a lot of conflict right now going on with the fact that, yes, Rhaenyra is on the throne, but there are still some key players who are trying to challenge her, especially with the fact that Alicent's uncle is now trying to only just basically trying to wipe out the Targaryens in a way, but also trying to put Alicent's youngest son to the throne, but not simply because he wants him to, but mostly like a pawn. That, you remember how Tommen was basically handled in a way like that. So, but yeah, a lot of development so far. We're getting a lot of updates. We know that Aemon's alive. We know that Rhaenyra is on the edge a little bit because of what things have aspired, but now it's a matter of seeing how this show is going to end and how they conclude matters. So yeah, there really isn't a whole lot more to discuss, so I'm not going to wait any longer. So without further ado, let's get right down into watching episode 6 of House of Dragon season 3. Oh, Criston is still alive.
They're all rivermen.
On your guard!
I was gonna say, I think they're faking it. I think they're faking it. Wow. Somebody disarm Crispin. Oh, you've just been surrounded. Oh, I think I've seen this before. Oh, and it's a Starks! It's a Starks! It's a Starks! You see the Starks?
Who are they?
Traitor, usurper, and defiler of justice. Come forth to hear your fate. If I strike my banners, will you...
Are we gonna see him die today?
Me against the two of you. Will that be enough to make a fight of it?
That was quick! Okay. Wow. Wow, we got the Sextus out of here. Yeah. That was quick. So we just got one major death already. To see a little bit more, but I'll take it. And it was by a girl too. He got killed by a girl. That's chef's kiss. That's Oh, well, they've been found. I think I remember they found the secret area, right?
March from Tumbleton.
The insult must be answered now. We must do what we should have done in the first. Burn the villains out.
Then Ormond gets what he wants.
Oh,
A
she
queen
got
who
a
murders loyal
she got an
subjects
update, man.
cannot be trusted.
We know where the traitor is in.
Fuse forth can discern with pure magic who is blameless and who is deserving.
I'll hear no more from those whose greatest battle has been with their own indigestion.
With force, but
discriminately.
Listen to him.
If we wait but a while longer.
At what cost?
The delegation from House Baratheon has arrived.
Baratheon.
Your Grace, I am sent to represent House Baratheon. In response to your son, it's my lord's duty to guard the realm against the Dornish threat.
As it was his duty to guard my son when he came to treat with him beneath his roof.
Once the Vulture King has been subdued...
Your lord makes the mistake of considering a common band.
Oh.
I could brand him a traitor and hang you in his stead.
Yep, honey.
No disrespect.
Clock it.
Was intended, Your Grace. To you.
Give me your belt.
Belt. Oh. Oh.
Anything to report?
One hour with the lads. What's the point in having a dragon if no one's around to see it?
You can't just be a
We should
show
go
off.
back to where you were. Scrabbling.
Leave us.
There's gonna be a lot of talk about Darren.
He would have done the same. That you insist upon her is with child.
Oh, now she knows.
So, you flee?
To preserve the babe's life. And Helena's with it.
Still you insist on misjudging me? Now, your son is still at liberty. Your cousin wreaks chaos within my city walls. Even today I must answer another of his murderous treasons.
We know when it's done.
Oh, something's happening.
What's this?
Oh, are they resigning?
Forgive me, my prince.
And this is how you answer?
They're resigning.
With desertion.
The Queen asked for loyalty.
Dang, that must suck for Daemon. This is a total feat for him.
Good Valarian men.
So she asks more of me.
It is I who ask.
He's on the last.
Do as you have said. Her needs you take her side. When she yet refuses to grant you legitimacy.
And how many years did it take you to do the same?
Oh, he's defending her. I
I've
like
heard
Sir
things.
Alan, man.
It is making for Rook's Rest.
And how does he know? How did he figure this out so quickly?
The dogs will find him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not deep enough.
By the time they come, we'll be gone.
But not far.
I'm a terrible man, Sir Tyler.
I would never say that.
Oh.
That
oh,
is.
oh.
While I may not.
Oh. Smooth. So smooth.
There is. In any one of us.
For your face.
I think someone's developing a crush.
It's been long since anyone sought to defend me. I mean, you're dead.
Right where? Over the numberless leagues of the Seven Kingdoms?
Rhaegar will come to me. It's perhaps this forsaken castle she shuns. Or if not, I'll go to King's Landing. Said she haunted the hills outside the city in the years before I was born.
There is a bounty on your life.
Bring me.
Is it possible that Rhaegar flew away as a way of protecting you?
Oh, she's trying to find every
Without
excuse to
her,
keep
you're
him.
hidden. The Queen assumes that we're your dragon.
What did I say when last we met? Harboring you. For allowing myself to be swayed.
I'm sorry. all my
Oh,
life.
she's a no-nonsense
I have
bitch, man.
yearned after a dragon.
No, you should go to bed.
Aren't these a little bit insensuous? But okay. Oh, okay. Alrighty, okay.
5 more, not 30 leagues away.
Rhaenyra will not burn her own subjects. She is a woman. Squeamish.
If your host leaves these
So he's sexist
walls,
too. Okay, great.
it burns.
Your uncle lacks imagination as well as courage.
Wow, Gwaine is like the only reasonable person I see.
I would take 1 Hightower sword over 3 of Tully's mudmen, unsuited to rule. The great houses cannot but come to our side.
Have any yet come?
The patient hunter gets the kill.
Wait, warning. Darren, he styled you the Bloody King. You left me alone with him. You know what he is. I do what I can to keep him from...
Even Gwaine knows this is ridiculous. Wow, the only Hightower that's reasonable.
No. I hate what I am when I'm with him. A puppet. A fool. A child. And yet he means to put you on the throne, apparently. Only as he cannot sit on it himself.
Yep.
So he would thrust me forward and devour me from within until
Yep.
there's nothing left. So tell him you won't do it. Then I need to lie down. You'll stay, won't you? And do what? Bear witness whilst Ormond marches our house to its doom. I'm second in line. I should return to...
Oh. Okay. Isn't that Aemon? Eggs.
Have you forgotten your history? Our dragon laid a clutch of eggs before Rhaena herself died, and they have sat here, cold and abandoned these 100 years. And your sons will be Targaryen princes in their turn.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is like the first time that he's like
Tallow is
actually
scarce and costs thrice
done
what
something
it
with a
did.
lady.
We
That
cannot
isn't
light
wrong.
our sconces.
You know, my...
Your Grace, we are afraid. And wherever the fault lies, we have none to look.
Oh, is it going by? Oh my God, Damon! My God, Damon! Ooh, I think I know what he's doing. He's gonna try and bait someone, huh?
You'll never make us embrace her.
I thought I was just...
He got caught
I'm
red-handed.
taking the air.
Are you not commanded to stay?
You yourself should understand.
Set foot in the city again, and I'll put out your eyes.
I come as an envoy of Lord Boros Baratheon, Lord Paramount of the
Oh,
Storm.
he doesn't like their smell, huh? He thinks beneath them, huh?
You are quite welcome, sir.
Sir Arian Baratheon, cousin to Lord Boros. Targaryen, and offers
Of
its many
course.
banners in alliance with House Hightower. I have been ordered to swear fealty to the new king on behalf of Lord
Oh,
Boros.
does he know something?
Your lord has made a wise...
If we might see the king in person, that we may bend the
Oh,
knee
this is a
before him.
bait from Rhaenyra, huh? That's why she asked for the belt?
His Grace. Darren Targaryen.
These are assassins! Sent for Darren and you!
bear?
A pair of light chestnut. He's about a foot taller and, as it happens, far more comely. She will die wishing she never dared. Dare.
Oh, yeah.
He's so callous. I think you'd sacrifice lives to feed your own pride.
He's not wrong.
But I know you'd never sacrifice your own.
Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
She's a dreamer.
Yep.
Like Demise who foresaw the doom. If what you say is true, with someone he trusts.
She's asking you to kill him?
No, I will be no part of this. No, please, Rhaenyra.
Unhand her grace.
Did I not warn you that you would come to this?
She's adapting.
Was there no other lord that offered for my hand?
Aww.
Or was it your own desire to marry me to my brother?
But now, your blades are needed in the city. And I... Who are you?
Uh-oh.
What's your errand?
Was episode 6 of House of Dragon season 3, and there's quite a lot to dissect, plus a lot of questions, so let's get on to it. By the way, finally we can celebrate the unaliving of, what was it, Criston Cole? Wow. I actually, as I said, like, I've been very clear about the fact that I've never actually read the book. Like, I only know bits and details of this, and it's basically kind of like Shakespearean, where, you know, just about everybody dies, or at least that's kind of the impression I got, but I don't know the details of how a lot of the characters lose their lives. But I mean, I gotta say, you know, I'm sure a lot of ladies are very happy about the fact that Cole is no longer an issue. Not gonna lie, I actually did not expect that I was just gonna be so blunt like that. I mean, I can see why, because of what happened a couple of episodes ago where they basically ambushed the Starks, and I can't remember what the other house was. Could it be the Tullys? I think it was like the Starks and the Tullys. I might have to, I can't remember the little guy's family, but I think he's the Tully. But you know, it makes sense why they, in a sense, were trying to get revenge for their ambush. It was in their, I guess in their minds, considered so dishonorable that they want to get the revenge. And not only did they get it, but they did it in a very blunt, very fast-headed way. I mean, the way that you just see Cole just talking, getting ready, and then boom, like he's just knocked out. And not only knocked out by just about anybody, right? But to be knocked out by a girl, by a woman, right? By a woman. Considering the fact that we've seen how Cole has been pretty misogynistic this whole, you know, series. We've seen how he feels about, mostly about Rhaenyra. You know, he said a lot of crap about her. In a sense, has been very discriminative towards her and her kids, and then ends up being hypocritical when he's having his own affair with Alicent. And then, yeah, I mean, we've seen how this guy has been very, one-sided in certain situations, and I'm sure that, you know, given the fact that he was eventually becoming the Hand, that he doesn't really do a whole lot. But yeah, in a sense, we already knew that he was not gonna last much longer. That was basically foreshadowed last episode. I did not think it was gonna happen this quickly. I think that was something that I'm sure a lot of people who have not read the book, of course, did not anticipate that, he was gonna lose his life very quickly within the first 10 minutes of the next episode. Even though it was foreshadowed, right? He himself already sensed that his doom was coming. So the fact that this is the way that he dies, I was like, okay. But also I love that it was a woman who knocked him out. And I think that in a sense, that's a very ironic way to go out, just because of how he came to be in this show. Now, of course, that means that that's one less perspective we have to follow now. There's, of course, other things that are going on. I mean, again, he was doomed, so there was really not much else that was left for him. Even I knew that was a fake out, that, the once you saw that everybody was surrounding them, there's no way that his camp is going to survive by that point. So, it was only just a matter of minutes that really just when it was going to be, his fate was going to happen. So, but to happen with the help of the Starks, yeah, I love that. Which is funny because, again, we eventually know that his descendant would eventually become the Queen of the North. So we know that. So yay, we love it. So yeah, so Cole is gone. That is now clear cut. He got his ending. He's now out of the picture. So Cole is out, which makes sense that, because I mean, there really wasn't much else for his story to go forward at that point. Of course, the main storyline is the whole ruckus between now Rhaenyra Targaryen and the fact that we have Ormond Hightower trying to challenge her claim to the throne by trying to put in Daeron. We know at this point now that the reason why Ormond's doing this is not even simply because of the so-called trying to put somebody, a male heir to the throne. But I mean, yes, he is still very misogynistic. He's been saying a lot of sexist comments about Rhaenyra, trying to say things that try to delegitimizes her ring to the throne, despite the fact that, again, we all know Viserys was the one who handpicked her, but more so the fact that it's pretty clear that he just wants the power of his own, like through the spirits of Daeron. Like, yes, Daeron is the one that who have the blood claim to it, but we know for a fact that he's just using Daeron as a pawn for his own way of trying to get power, and that he really would be the one to basically rule all over the Seven Kingdoms in the same way that his own brother did it, like Otto did. So, the apple doesn't fall from the tree. I mean, they're all just kind of the same. So, but I mean, even that being the case, even though Ormond and Otto could be very power hungry, I think we've seen in a case that not all the Hightowers are like that. I think what I will compliment with the show is that we do see a little bit of a complexity with how the Hightower family is like. I did look up a little bit, and it looks as though the actual family does still exist. Like, I thought they all went extinct or something, and they actually do still exist, but it's just a matter of seeing how things turn out. But I will say a couple things. Of course, I think it's really interesting to see that given that Gwen and Alicent are the kids of Otto, just to see how they're a little bit more reasonable, where they're a little bit more self-aware of the situation that's going on. I mean, we've been seeing how Alicent acknowledges that she was a poor mother, that she, didn't do much to defend her, to kind of properly raise her kids. Then also realizing that, the only way that she can try and save at least one is with Daeron, which of course she probably doesn't know, like, wasn't even that successful, but that being the case. But now she's trying to right her wrongs in a way that she's not exactly mending her relationship with Rhaenyra, but trying to at least alleviate some of that. But of course, in the sense that we understand she is trying to do that so that she can get freedom for herself and Helena and try to at least save one of her kids. And I think that's at least one honorable trait with Alicent. Like, we've been seeing like how much she's really trying to help and save Helena, because I mean that's what she's been trying to do like since last season. That after seeing how Aegon's a lost cause, Aemon's a lost cause, that all she has left is Helena, and she's trying to do everything she can to try and protect her, knowing that given what Helena has spoken to her before, and of course just recently now here asking her mom, like, was there really no other lord who wanted to have her hand? Like, you can tell that Alicent is at least trying to make amends with one child, and she's trying to do it with Helena. Of course, one who's probably the most fragile child, and I think the one who's maybe the most the biggest victim of the whole family, I think. And that's the thing, right? I think we've all said a lot of crap about the Greens. Like, we don't like Aegon, we don't like Aemon, then of course we don't like the other Hightowers like Armin or Otto. But then of course, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that all of them are bad, right? I mean, there's Helena, who's just an innocent child, who's just, you know, hasn't been loved in the way that she should. She's very fragile, of course. I mean, she's the one who is, like, of course, a dreamer, and yet she's been really overlooked by everyone for such a long time, and now it's like, okay, this is what's happening now, and Allison's trying to at least make up for that. And again, you have to real feel for Helena, because, like, she's just an innocent bystander at this point. Like, that's what she is in this case. And now it's a matter of seeing what's going to happen with her. And I can also even extend that with Daron. Like, I think we got a little bit more of an idea of who Daron is. Like, he even acknowledges that Ormond is he's quite an individual. Someone, like, I think he even understands his uncle's ambition in the fact that he's not simply trying to put him on the throne because he thinks he's right for it, but of course just to have the power of the throne. And Gwen is also kind of acknowledging that as well. And, you know, it's a mess, right? It's a huge mess. Even Gwen is like, like, why are we even doing this? Like, this is just all stupid. Of course, we'll see what's going to happen afterwards. Like, is he still going to support Ormond's claim or not? We'll see. Or like Ormond's campaign or whatnot. But that being the case, I think we also see Daron kind of being also that soft child who is unlike Aegon, who's unlike Aemon. Like, he's not power hungry from the looks of it. He's just, you know, a prince who, you know, is just put into, again, just like, he's just in this mess simply because of the fact that he is a blood of Targaryen, that he's a blood of a Hightower, and because of that, he's now put in this position as well. And so, I mean, I'm very curious to learn a little bit more of Daron. I think we're getting a little bit more insight about who he is as a character, and realizing that, you know, there's a reason why Alicent really wanted him to be a Hightower. But then it's like, is Ormond really the right person to be doing that, or should we have somebody else? Or is there any way for someone like even Daron to kind of get himself out of this mess because he's so ingrained in it, just simply because of the fact that he is a blood of both of the family? So, very complicated situation with that. Then again, just seeing someone like even Gwen, right? Like, he's Alicent's brother. You know, he was following Otto's and Aegon's campaigns, fighting for their family, and then of course he eventually does abandon Cole because, like, he starts to realize that, you know, some of this isn't, it's not even worth fighting for at this point. It's just a matter of, and I think he even acknowledged that this could be the fall of his house. So I think it's like we're seeing a little bit more of a complexity with some of these characters, and that they're not just one note or one dimensional type of characters. And so again, I'm very curious to see how that's going to extend, especially now that we only have so few episodes left. Like, today we just got episode 6. I think we have 2 more episodes after that, and then season 3 ends. And then after that, I'm sure we're gonna have about, like, the same 8 episodes for season 4, and that'll just be it. Like, that's the end of this whole series. And so, like, I am very curious how everything is gonna kind of circle up, like, how they're gonna close the loop for this whole show. Because, you know, we know that the Clothman does end. We know at some point the dragons do go extinct, not long after the events of the Targaryen Civil War. And yet it's like, yes, we are knocking out some players, but we still have specific players left. I mean, especially with Ormond, who is the newest character this season. I mean, I'm gonna say this though, he's a very interesting specimen. Very interesting specimen, but I think he's a very northworthy villain so far, just because, again, we're understanding that he's very ambitious, that he's somebody who is still trying to challenge Rhaenyra. He's causing a lot of chaos. I mean, he's already testing her throne, and we're already seeing it. Like, I think what he's been trying to achieve and trying to create that chaos, it's working. Everyone's wondering what's going to happen. We've seen that the City Watch is basically in ruins. That there's no one really protecting them at this point. And it's like, okay, what options does Rhaenyra have? And now Rhaenyra is at a pretty big low. Like, she has no one on the City Watch. She has to wait for the Valyrians to come. And it looks like they were supposed to. And now we have this mess at the end, which we'll talk about in a second. We don't know what Daemon's doing. Then there's the fact of the Starks and the Tully. I think that's a Tully. And seeing whether or not they're going to make it down, or if they're going to be there enough to kind of help them And then yet it's like, who's now gonna help them with the city watch situation now that they have literally no protection? And so that puts Rhaenyra in such a huge pickle, and you can tell like she's really kind of losing it. But at the same time, you're also seeing a part of her where she's now starting to realize that the power of being on the throne is now slowly consuming her, something that Alicent herself had warned that it's happening. I mean, we just saw here where she's really like, hey, you're gonna have to go and, you know, take out Aemon because that's the only other way to do it. Which we'll talk about in a second. And so there's that, right? So now she's trying to at least be a little bit 2 steps ahead, trying to put a little bit of a strategic mindset into certain decisions, because we haven't really seen that from her in at least in the beginning, just because she's just been so overwhelmed with everything. Plus she's still grieving, right? Like, I mean, she's like trying to say who, like, we need to find the person who wrote Sheep Stealer. I mean, she was really distracted for a while, and now that those things are kind of resolved the way, because technically speaking, Sheep Stealers, I mean, Rhaenyra was the one who did Sheep Stealer, right? So and we still don't know where that's going. Like, there's still a whole lot of mystery with Rhaena and Sheep Stealer, just because they did change up that whole story arc. So now that's a whole direction that we don't even know like where that's going to end up landing, right? So there's a mystery with that and where that's going to try and how that's gonna try and close up some of the loops. But now we're seeing Rhaenyra starting to take matters to her own hands, trying to make decisions of her own. Alan is like literally like the one person who's actually giving resolutions. So you have that. So the one guy who's actually defending Rhaenyra, like, I have to say, I really start to really like this character a lot. I mean, he did such a great job in the beginning, and how he really fought in the Battle of Gillette, of course. He's someone who is all about business and also trying not to mix business with pleasure, although we kind of did see a little bit of that thing with Bela, which I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit awkward, a little bit weird, just because isn't that technically, because if he's it's hard to keep track of these family trees. But yeah, but just aside from the whole Bela thing, because that kind of was a little bit awkward for me. In terms of just him and, you know, as somebody who is someone who is a fighter, someone who has been taking lead of like a whole group of soldiers, he's somebody who clearly is really adapting to the job, or at least the hand of the queen job, at least temporarily, we'll see. And the fact that he even himself was like telling his father, like, you know, like his father is like, oh, she's not even willing, and it's like, well, how long did it take you to accept it? Like, he's basically defending Rhaenyra, and I have to say, that honestly just made me so happy, because I was like, wow, he's actually proving a really good point, because his father didn't even acknowledge his kids for a long time, like at least a good 2 decades, and now you're expecting Rhaenyra to do the same thing. So he has a really good argument. I'm sure a lot of other people might, you know, question that, but I think he has a really good argument as to the fact that, yeah, like, you took like forever to do this, so why are you expecting Rhaenyra to do it in such, like, I'm assuming at this point it's like maybe 2 weeks since Rhaenyra took the claim, at best, that not a lot of time has passed. So yeah, really starting to like Alan as a character. I think I can see why he's starting to really rise up to the ranks as like one of the better characters, one of the best characters of this show. We'll see where it goes, of course. Again, I'm aware of the fact that there's some betrayal that does happen. I don't know if it's with Alan specifically, it could be with somebody else. I think we can tell for a moment there that guy, the tavern Targaryen, I can't remember his name at the top of my head right now. I mean, I feel like he's probably gonna, you know, cross the line at some point, because we did see Daemon kind of come up to him and humiliate him. So there's that. What else? Aemond. Yeah, it does seem so that the witch lady is trying to be flirty with him, trying to have a relationship with him. Question mark, what's gonna happen next? We don't know. We know that Alicent's now on her way to go see her son and basically murder him. We know that. What's gonna happen? I don't know. We'll see. We don't know what's gonna happen, so we'll see what happens right there. But we can see that the witch lady is very much charmed by him and now wants to kind of, you know, have a romantic relationship with him. Which I'm like, is this like the first time that Aemon has actually been with a woman that isn't like kissing his mom. I think we all were like cringing over that. So but yeah, there's that. I mean, I wonder again what the whole egg thing is gonna mean. Like, we already know what happens, right? We know that eventually Daenerys ends up at 3, like over like centuries later, but I don't think those are the same eggs, because if I remember, the specific eggs that we did see were the ones that Rhaenyra had sent to Essos, right? So yeah, I think to Essos. I could be wrong. It's been a while. So yeah, and then of course let's get to the end of the episode where Corlys, does that mean that he is now gone? Like, that's the biggest question mark, because they kind of left his faith hanging. I should have not said that. I swear puns these days. But we don't know what's happening with him. Of course, he's been ambushed by the High Towers, probably because of the fact that, you know, they have a fleet. They're probably the next closest thing to Rhaenyra. They were going to be there to defend the City Watch, and now, of course, if they've unlived all of his men, that means that there's no one to defend the City Watch. So that just puts the City Watch all in chaos as well. Especially after the fact that Rhaenyra tried to pull that, you know, assassination stunt with Daeron and Ormond, but that proved unsuccessful. But that being the case, there is still a question mark about what's going on with Corlys. Like, is he still alive? I think it's going to be the biggest question. Like, they did grab him, but I think he may be unconscious, so I wonder if maybe something's going to happen from there. I mean, we did see Ormond. Ormond was like, you know, like, you know, Corlys is like, you know, Rhaenyra was lucky to get Corlys. He's someone who has a very specific mind, so it's like, is he gonna try and persuade him to switch sides or something? Question mark. That's if he's still alive, of course. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, lots of chaos, lots of drama. We know that this is leading up to a very big battle, of course. So I'm assuming this is probably, I'm sure probably the Battle of Templeton is going to be something that we won't see until basically the series finale from the looks of it. Not series finale, sorry, season finale. But we're getting to that point. It seems so that we are starting to get to the closure of season 3. There's not much left to go upon, but a lot of conspiracies, a lot of planning, a lot of strategies, a lot of tactics, a lot of things going on. And a lot of chaos. So, but yeah, I think that's all I have to really say about episode 6. We're getting to the end of the season already. It's like it just feels like we just started, but we know we're getting to the end of the line as well. There enough content left that we can still kind of close up everything. We'll see about that. But that being the case, what do you think about tonight's episode? We saw Cole is gone. Cole is done. He's no longer going to be in the show. His perspective is done. What do you think about how they I don't want to say execute. I hate these puns. But what do you think about that? We're no longer gonna have Cole. What do you feel? Are you relieved, or do you feel like it was really underwhelming? What do you think should have happened, if you have other thoughts about that? Of course, Rhaenyra is having issues with everything that's going on. Like, is she gonna be very consumed with the power, or is there some redeeming factor left of her? Like, is there any way that things can be fixed with her in the throne? Ormond Hightower, I mean, what do you think about him? I mean, the more that we see him, the more that we're fascinated by him as a villain, yet what's gonna happen next? What do you think about the fact that we got a little bit more insight with Daeron? Like, what do you feel about him, as well as Helena? I mean, I think I know we're all feeling really for Helena, and then of course with Alicent, like, is she going to go through with it? I think from what I've read, that doesn't sound like how Aemon had, you know, died, but maybe some changes will happen. Then of course, you know, we see at the very end with Corlys, what does this mean? Could this be another book change? Question mark. And what do you think about what we've seen so far transpired into this episode, and how is this going to lead into the big battle that I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to seeing? Let me know your thoughts below. Make sure to like and subscribe.